Give this guy a freaking raise. Tell me how this is not awesome. Astronaut. Astronaut. Conspiracy theories swirl about Katy Perry's fake Blue Origin space mission. Just show the legendary landing real quick, Rob. This is such a beautiful moment. This may be greater than us landing. Look at this. Look at the way it lands to the ground. None of them break their backs. Look at this. Watch for it. Wow.
Southwest Airlines lands just like this.
The freaking music is awesome, right? Gladiator type.
Oh,
Boom. Look at that.
My back would have been shattered.
You see it? How sick is that, right?
Oh.
Just like...
Yeah, you're Jeff Bezos.
And you are Josh, former Amazon employee who suffered a workplace accident.
Katy Perry, I just want to congratulate you on being the first astronaut to sing in space for real.
Thanks, Jeff.
You're officially an astronaut. How do you even format your lips to say something so stupid?
You are now officially an astronaut.
It's a 10 out of 10. That's my review.
10 out of 10.
You definitely go for it. 10 out of 10.
Well, it was very profound. I don't know if you've seen Katy Perry talk about it, but she's basically a guru now.
Yeah. What were her findings? That's my question.
Well,
what did she learn?
Daisy, which is super important. It shows you how quick the flight was. The dead daisy that's like snipped from its life source.
Katy Perry, a global pop sensation, just did something that's hard to ignore. She went to space. And no, this isn't a headline from 2030. This isn't science fiction, it's real. Katy Perry, in space. It sounds like a dream, right? But in true Katy Perry fashion, she managed to take something as extraordinary as space travel and make it less majestic than a fast food commercial. Picture this, she's floating in zero gravity, Earth is behind her, and the void of space stretches out in front. A moment that could have been awe-inspiring, humbling, even life-changing for most people. But instead, Katy, with her ever-present camera awareness, stares directly into the lens like she's filming a TikTok. Earth, not even a glance. The vast unknown, not on her radar. It was all about her face. Talk about a missed opportunity to make history. And this wasn't just a one-time slip-up. This wasn't simply a whoops. She didn't realize the cameras were rolling. No, this was a calculated move in the ongoing race for social media clout. Forget the space race, this was the clout race. Celebrities in orbit. Who's the biggest influencer in the galaxy? Fast forward to today, and South Park is giving us all the brutal comic relief we need, taking no prisoners and roasting the people who truly believe they can do no wrong. The show's creators, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, have built an empire of satirical genius. And this time, their target is none other than Katy Perry, with a side of Jeff Bezos, Gayle King, and a handful of other celebrity astronauts. South Park doesn't care about your publicist's feelings, your Twitter army, or your carefully crafted image. They see through all the smoke and mirrors, and they're going straight for the heart of it. Before we get into South Park's upcoming takedown, let's rewind a little. April 14th, 2025, Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' personal rocket company, launched NS-25.
Their training? They did 2 days. And I asked my team to poll, like, what did they do during their 2 days? Okay, here they are. Practicing how to get into and out of the New Shepard capsule. The group also practiced how to put on and take off their seatbelts.
And then they come down.
Let's not minimize this.
No, I know.
It's
a big deal.
Let's celebrate female astronauts.
And because they were
did it.
united. That's the other thing. There has been female astronauts.
Let's not minimize. Let's not minimize this.
A suborbital mission that would carry 6 passengers. Now, when we hear historic mission, we might think of NASA, the Apollo missions, or at least something with a scientific breakthrough behind it. But no, this was the vanity project to end all vanity projects. The kind of mission where the most important thing isn't the view of space or the scientific significance, but how good you look while you're up there, among the passengers? A star-studded lineup that included TV host Gayle King, former NFL player Ed Dwight, a couple of anonymous millionaires, because why not? And of course, Katy Perry. Yes, the pop queen who's kissed a girl, worn a cupcake bra at the Grammys, and built a career on being larger than life. And yet, instead of taking this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to reflect on humanity's incredible achievement, what did she do? She filmed content. She stared into the camera, grinned, and delivered a performance. Not a moment of introspection, not even a glance at the earth below, but a performance. Imagine that, going to space and turning it into a TikTok video. It's like trying to sell a rock album with a bubblegum pop track. There was no awe, no wonder, no sense of adventure, just a carefully curated moment designed for a following.
Wow, what a valiant explorer.
Katy! Woo!
Flower, and then she kissed the earth. Okay.
The 11-minute space flight that was touted as some kind of divine feminine gift to humanity.
That was one small step for womankind, one giant leap backwards for mankind.
Because they never say men went for a ride.
I have to stop. Men flew your dick rocket. You flew up into space in a little dick rocket. You weren't piloting anything. You weren't providing any service to the actual craft itself.
We've all seen the influencer who does anything for a shot, but this was next level. This was space. This should have been about humanity, about pushing the limits of exploration, and yet, it was just a background for an Instagram post. Now, here's where things get juicy. After the internet, naturally, had a field day mocking her, Katy Perry responded in the most predictable way possible. She didn't take a step back or acknowledge that maybe, just maybe, this wasn't the right moment for such a performance. No, instead, she doubled down. She posted a video compilation of people dragging her online with the caption, "Imagine getting dragged for inspiring young women to explore space." Yes, you heard that right. Katy Perry, who spent her entire time in space shooting content for her brand, decided to frame the backlash as people attacking her for being a woman. Not because she made space look like a joke. Not because she turned a historical moment into an influencer stunt. No, it was because people were apparently sexist. This is the part of the story where it stops being funny and starts being a bit sad. It's an all too familiar tactic. Do something cringy, get called out, and then scream sexism or misogyny to try to deflect any legitimate criticism. Because, let's face it, when you can't win the argument on substance, you just play the victim card. And it's no surprise, because this move has worked for plenty of celebrities before.
It's dark. William Shatner even said this when he went to space, and now I understand what he was talking about. It's like death.
Oh my God, now it's all about sex. Ridiculous.
You said, oh, we took a ride.
But you did just take a ride. You are not an astronaut. You were not pushing buttons and doing the science and the math.
It's become the go-to defense when a public figure's career starts to falter. Shift the blame to those who dare critique you. But this time, it didn't land. And it only made her look more out of touch. But of course, this wouldn't be a South Park story without some serious payback. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the geniuses behind the animated show, aren't exactly known for pulling punches. So, when they caught wind of Perry's space misstep, they knew exactly what to do. They turned it into one of the most brutal takedowns in TV history. In an upcoming episode of South Park, Season 27, Episode 4, the show is set to air a satirical retelling of the Blue Origin flight. The catch? A group of celebrities, Katy Perry included, are sent into orbit under the guise of inspiring humanity. But the reality? They're part of a secret Botox experiment in space. And it gets even wilder from there. In the episode, Perry's animated character undergoes a Botox injection mid-flight. And as if the weightlessness of space wasn't enough, her face starts melting off. It's as absurd as it sounds, and it's pure South Park gold. It's not just comedy, it's poetic justice. Katy Perry's vanity literally collapses under the pressure of physics. Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos is back.
Yeah, we helped him find workers to work during the strike. So he found our orders and had them sent to us. Well, can he find my package?
Yeah, you're Jeff Bezos.
And you are Josh, former Amazon employee who suffered a workplace accident.
South Park has already roasted him in 2018, casting him as a power-mad alien telepath. But now, he's the evil mastermind behind this whole spectacle. He's sending celebrities into space to test luxury cosmetic procedures. Basically a Bond villain with a beauty startup. And don't forget Diddy. Yes, the music mogul currently tangled up in scandal and drama is also part of the space journey. South Park puts him in a space prison jumpsuit, floating around in orbit, mumbling about secret lists and music deals. The humor here is savage, but it's also spot on. South Park's ability to pinpoint the absurdity of celebrity culture and the desperation of stars trying to stay relevant is unmatched. It's ruthless, but it's the kind of humor we need right now. And just when you think that's the end of it, guess what? This is just the beginning. South Park is planning an entire arc based on 2025 celebrity and political scandals. And Katy Perry's space fiasco is just the intro. There's even a DEI-themed special coming this summer, and you can bet Katy's going to make an appearance there. 2. The brilliance of South Park is that they don't exaggerate reality. They don't need to. The reality is absurd enough on its own. They simply reflect it back to us in the most hilarious way possible. And in 2025, the celebrity-driven content farm has reached new heights. Celebrities think they can do whatever they want, get away with it, and just reframe the criticism as oppression. But South Park isn't having it. They're pointing at the hypocrisy, the performative acts, and the absolute cringe-worthiness of it all. And we're laughing because we know they're right. And let's be honest here, this is what happens when celebrity culture spins out of control. When fame becomes a shield and criticism is painted as oppression. When space travel, something that should inspire wonder and awe, becomes a branding exercise for the rich and famous. South Park is calling it out, and we're all here for it. So what do we have now? A billionaire rocket launch, a group of fame-hungry influencers, a pop star hijacking a historic moment for self-promotion, and a cartoon roasting them all into oblivion. If you think this is where the story ends, you're wrong. Every time a celebrity turns their cringe into a noble cause, every time they fail upward, South Park will be there, holding up that mirror. And that mirror? It's brutal. So, what do you think? Are you Team Katy, Team Bezos, or are you just here for the spectacle? Either way, it's clear, no one is escaping the cringe, not even in space. Smash that like button if you think satire still matters, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time on Woke Watch. And remember, even in the stars, you can't escape the truth.